council meeting, we were going to go through the various groups who had an opportunity to meet this month, and I'm going to call on the various chairpersons or the representatives from that group to give a summary of what was discussed during the meeting. And since I'm up here, I'll go first. I'm part of the trustees. The chairperson, Manong Lomo, is not here, so I'll be speaking on his behalf. We met last Tuesday via Zoom, and we talked about various things. So I just wanted to give you a summary. First of all, yesterday we had another church cleanup, and I want to say thank you to everyone who came and helped out. We really made a big dent. I think we cleared up everything, if not most everything, from upstairs, right? And you could, when you came into the parking lot this morning, you probably saw the result of our efforts yesterday. We took everything that was from the second story and we placed it up against the wall in the parking lot. And my understanding is that we're gonna get a dumpster or a trailer, right? And we're gonna put everything in that trailer. It's probably gonna take maybe several trips and take it to the dumpster. But again, thank you to everyone. I know, for those of you who has helped out, it was kind of hard to go up and down the steps, but we did it. And for me personally, on my iWatch, it said I calculated about 23 flights of stairs. So, and I left early, so I can only imagine for the people who stayed behind. So again, thank you so much. I mean, it really does take a village, and we really appreciate all the hands and, all the feet that have been, able to climb the stairs and just to help clean up the church. So it is a labor of love, and we really thank everyone for helping out. And it's not just yesterday, days prior, several weeks ago, we had another cleanup. So thank you. All right. We also want to give a big thank you to Pastor. Pastor built, I don't know if you guys saw, but he built a wrought iron gate back of the church. It was, he donated his time and the materials to build this gate. So thank you so much. Our pastor is very talented, and we're the beneficiaries of his talent. So thank you. Of course, that wrought iron gate is going to provide extra security, so we really do appreciate that, Pastor. Also, if you may have seen, if you're standing in the parking lot, the new digital sign that's up, that also is donated. I believe it was Manong Lomo that donated, the Blanco family, we'll say, donated that. So thank you to the Blanco family for donating that. I think it's an awesome way to put our church out there. We can now put different messages, and then perhaps there was even a discussion during trustees. Maybe we even put something in Spanish so we can reach out to the immediate community. So it really is a great way to reach out and just put our church out there to let the community know, hey, we're here for you, come see us, we're here to serve. All right, we, the trustees members voted to purchase 2 wall air conditioning units for the parsonage. As you may know, it's been really warm the last several weeks. So we just want to make sure Pastor and his family are comfortable in the parsonage. So we had voted on purchasing 2 wall air conditioning units. Also, we talked about having an annual audit of both the parsonage and the church property. So I believe the church property, it's going to be all of trustees. We're going to pick a day in October where we can just come in and just walk throughout the church. And we're also going to pick a day in October where trustees and chairperson of the SPPRC is going to walk through the parsonage. And we're just going to, prepare a list, a to-do list, things that need to be repaired, things that need to be updated. We're going to prioritize this list, so we have this list, and we're going to work off of it throughout the year. So as the year progresses, we'll see what needs to be done, and of course, as needs arise during the year, we can always change the list. But we want to have that because we want to see what we need to do to improve our church, improve our parsonage. So we're going to pick a dates sometime in October. We also talked about various things that need to be done, but we don't need to go through that now because we're going to add that to our list of things to be done. All right, so that's it for trustees. SPRC, Minnie's not here. Is there a representative from that group that would like to give a report? Anyone? I don't know if we have anyone to talk about that, but no. Okay, we'll move on to finance. Auntie Josie is the chair.
Hi, good morning. We're supposed to meet after the council meeting, so to review what our duties for each one, and Pastor is some suggestions what our responsibilities, which we are not really sure what the treasurer's responsibility is, me and also Rolando, and it seems like Pastor is saying that we should be more than 3, not only 3, but more than that. So since we haven't, we're supposed to discuss the financials, but John will give you a bird's eye view where we are right now.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this is our actual expenses from January to August. Our total expenses from January to August is 86,622.11 cents. That's for 8 months. Yeah, for the 8 months. That's our total expenses. And our total receipts is 79,701.52 cents. And we have a deficit of 6,920 as of August 31. Yeah. So right now we are in deficit of 6,920 as of the August. Thank you. This is the actual expenses and receipts.
So again, that figure for the deficit is 6,920?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else to report?
Yeah, just to let you know, we're getting also from the parsonage $860 a month, share of the other church, and I guess they're still working on the other church how much they can give us to help us with the parsonage. So that's something. It's $860 a month for now.
And that amount, what Auntie Josie is referring to, is the amount that, as you may know, our pastor is married to another pastor, Pastor Mona Lisa, and her church is also contributing to the expenses for our parsonage, and that amount again is $860 a month. Thank you. And of course, that helps a great deal with our finances as well. All right, do we have anything else to report from finance?
Oh, there's another one. Okay, the AQUMD, there's something in there that we get money from there. I guess that's something to address because the contract will be up to December 2025, so we need to renew the contract. So is that from the trustees or on our side?
I believe it would probably be trustees.
The trustees. So
Yeah,
just letting
pastor,
you know
trustees.
that it will be up to December of 2025. December 18, I guess.
December 18th. Okay.
Yes. So I think that's all.
Do you know when are we supposed to provide notice as to whether or not we want to renew or terminate by a certain day?
I sent them a letter. I sent them an email saying, what do you want to do? But they haven't responded me. So I'll send an email again and see what they, is that, shall I do it or the
Yeah,
trustees will
perhaps
do
what
it?
you could do a follow-up, and then maybe you can copy me on
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah, and that way I'll be in the loop.
Okay,
And then when trustees meet, then I can communicate with that entity directly.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. On my list, I have Committee on Lay Leadership. Do we have a report from that committee?
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't prepare a written report, but I mentioned that it's the church anniversary. I wasn't able to get a committee together to make plans for that. So because it's so soon, it's next week, I recommend that we maybe push the celebration to the end of the month where we have our potluck. I know in the past we've sent out invitations and advertised and reached out to our previous members and family, friends. So if we could perhaps get a little flyer together, we can do some invite and outreach. But maybe the last Sunday will be the day that we make that celebration. So it's 111 years. I think that's a, that's a milestone. I don't think we'll be able to put a shirt together or anything, but at least we can celebrate. So that'll be a prime time to reach out. Also, as far as worship goes, so me and Auntie Trini have been doing the music, and we've gotten a lot of support. We could still use more singers, believe it or not. So we can rotate, because it's a lot to do every Sunday, week after week. So if I could get more singers and we can put in the rotation, I think it would really help. I don't have any other, or I can't remember if there's anything else to report, Pastor.
Well, going back to the celebration, obviously that's something that, we would like to do. We really want to celebrate our church, especially since we have our new pastor here. Pastor, just to confirm, because I know there was a discussion during trustees that you were going to be out, I believe it's September 17th through the 25th, right? Okay, so which means you'll be here for the last Sunday of the month? All right, great. Okay, so as far as celebrating at the end of the month, I mean, I don't know if that's something that we need to vote on, or maybe we just show of hands. So I think is everyone in agreement that we push the celebration to the end of the month? Is that okay with everyone? Yes. Anyone opposed to that idea for any reason? All right, okay, so we're gonna have our celebration at the end of the month, and that would work great because it does coincide with our potluck. And Pastor will be here, so very good. Okay, so Marie.
Oh, there is one more.
Yeah.
So originally the Malaya group, they were going to do a screening on the 6th, and then they realized it was too soon. So I kind of recommended that when they plan events to do it at least more than a couple weeks to give them time to advertise, but also to communicate it with the rest of the church. So I think the 20th is still going, right? So September 20th will be one of the screenings for the documentaries. So they're a grassroots group. They deal with a lot of social justice, particularly with the Philippines. So, but I've seen the trailers for the documentaries. They're really educational and really eye-opening. And it's not just things, it is happening in the Philippines, but it affects the rest of the world because the rest of the world sees it. And if they think, well, if that can happen in the Philippines, it could happen here. And we're already seeing things happening here. So I think it's a good documentary to watch. So the 20th is on for sure. And if, more of you can come out and watch and support and get to know some of the Malaya group, I think they're really interested in doing more ministry work, but I think if we can get on board and show our support, they're more likely to come and perhaps join us, right?
Marie, what date is that again? The 20th?
20th,
20, at what time?
5:30.
Here in the sanctuary?
Yes.
Oh, but here at church?
Yeah.
5:30, thank you.
And also for our church, this can also be a good opportunity to do some fundraising. Like the Malaya group will do some outreach, so we'll get some non-members to come to the church. And if we want to have some, maybe some like food fundraiser or some bakery, that would be a good time to try and prepare for that.
All right, thank you for that information. And of course, if anyone is interested in that, they should contact Marie or Marius. Thank you. All right, the next committee, and I think the last committee I have on my list would be the new nominating committee. And I think Jocelyn is going to report on that.
I have a few copies, so sorry, I didn't make enough for a lot of people. I didn't think it would be this big. More, let me just pass them out. Okay. This list is by no means final. They are a tentative list. Let's see. For the nomination committee, it's pretty much set in stone, I think, aside from one name. And that is Ate Jenna Cadlaon, who is part of class of 2026. She will be replacing Auntie Trini as a member, as Auntie Trini, as I understand, asked to be excused from the committees that she is a part of. The rest for class of 2026, Marius Pico and Joshua Platon. Class of 2027, I have Auntie Remy Hewlett, Marites Torres, and myself. Class of 2028, I have Ania Blanco, Uncle Paul Calon, and Marie Pico, who serves as chair. And this is just to let everyone know, it's the only committee that Pastor Lange can be a part of or sit in. And the vice lay leader is usually the chair, which is Marie, for the next coming 3 years. For our trustees, class of 26, I have Rodney Guerrero, Marvin Pico, and Mr. Les Powell. Class of 2027, I have Joel Dowes, Pat DeVivar, and Brendan Apolda. And for class of 2028, Manu Lamo Blanco as chair, Uncle Paul Cadlon, and Lisa. And for all three, they have agreed to serve the next 3 years. For finance, and this is one of those where it's not set in stone, as I understand, we need to approach these members to see if they would agree to be part of the committee. So for class of 2026, I have Alice Cabamongan, I have Caitlin Guerrero, and Sidnina Falda. Class of 2027, Jones Cadlaon, Romeo Guerrero, and Beverly Tilan. And for class of 2028, Auntie Josephine Dowes, who serves as chair, John Torres, who is secretary, and Rolando Mangang. And for our SPPRC, we did not complete the nominations for that. Right now, I have only class of 2028, which are Minnie and Auntie Remy Hewlett. Minnie is chair of SPPRC. Now, because I know in the past what we always did was have a member be members of multiple committees, and I did not know that you cannot serve under more than one committee. So Pastor Lange is trying to follow that rule of not be a member of multiple committees. And since we are a slim church, hopefully growing, we were trying to have different names for our committees. Now, for the finance, I would like to suggest, because I know we have, or we wanted to have the younger generations be involved, but if we could just kind of limit or delegate their duties to be strictly counting money on Sundays, and I know we were talking about depositing the money to the bank, and so I don't know how everyone feels about the younger generation having that duty. But so far, that is what we have. The list, again, is not final. These are tentative names. There are names that are set in stone that I know for sure are members, but SPPRC is not complete.
Thank you. Pastor, is there any other topics that we should cover?
Thank you very much. Maybe this committee might be new, may not, but the nomination committee is the only committee that the pastor can chair and does chair. And the lay leader is the one that is vice. It's also a dual role because the nomination committee is also the leadership team of the church, meaning it's their responsibility to equip members on how to do their jobs and to enlighten and to share. I think some of the times we get exhaustion or we probably don't want to do any positions, maybe just because we don't know how to. And it's our job as the leadership team to equip and provide resources and also to have workshops within the committee to teach the committee how to do the jobs. For example, driving on the road, if you haven't taken driving class 101, it's going to be very difficult. But when you've done it many, many times, it's so easy. You can do it with your eyes closed, not literally, but with less conscious. And that's the same thing with leadership in the church. We pretty much can all just based upon just knowing. And so our committee has worked on this. We still have many roles to fill. We have the leader for the young people, the choir conductor, the women's president, the men's president. We still have all these ministries to fulfill. And so that's also part of the vision of clearing all the rooms. So when we get our leadership for the women's group, our men's group, our young people's group, our praise band, we could start utilizing these rooms to be able to do ministry. And lastly, if you just feel in your heart that there's something that you want to do, you want to fill an empty slot, means since we're starting anew on this new list, by all means, just contact one of the nomination/leadership committee, and we could jot you down. And the whole purpose of 3 years is because I believe we give our best in 3 years. After that 3 years, we take a break. The next person comes in vibrant with energy and passion and vision. After that 3 years as a leader or a chair of a committee or in a committee, they come and the new person comes up. And so pretty much I have one request. If it's possible for all our committee members to have a written report for this meeting, just so that we could be accountable in understanding, for example, the finance. It's transparent. We could all see it on paper for the trustees. When we get audited or asked questions by the uppers or by the conference, we have track records to show what we have done in our contract with those who are leasing. Not only that, what are we doing? But pretty much that's all I have, is just asking all our leaders to please have a written for our church council meeting every first Sunday of the month. Thank you very much.
Does anyone else want to say anything, have any concerns? Yes, Les. Hold on, Les.
No problem. When you think about what the roles are for the various committees and the chairs, the district or the conference has a small guide book for just about every one of the conference, every one of the committees that serve in the church. And I haven't seen one for the trustees in about 5 or 6 years. And I know that the one that I had was very concise and to the point, and could help somebody who's new to the effort. If we could get 3 or 4 of those booklets for each of the chapters, it would be helpful.
Thank you for mentioning that, because I should have mentioned that. During the trustees meeting, Pastor did say that he was going to give us a description of the trustees' duties. So Pastor's on top of that, and I presume Pastor's going to be doing that with the other committees as well as council. Right, all right, perfect. Any other comments, concerns, suggestions? All right, I think we're good. So next council meeting will be October, when's the next? 5. All right, Pastor, would you like to close us in prayer, please?
Merciful God, we thank you for allowing us to live in the times of this, that we may steward your church, that we may continue to provide light into the community and into the world, that we may continue to be the salt of the earth, to prolong the goodness of your grace. Yes, so many things are happening, politically, economically, but as a church, we stand for faith. And so help us, O Lord, to be that beacon of hope. Bless each and every one of us as we depart, giving you all praise and honor in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And everyone says,
Amen. Thank you, everyone.
I want to dispose of it. I could just put it there and somebody, the whole set. Yeah. Yeah. Just set it up, then anybody will